There's a new rumour out just now about the new flagship camera from Nikon, which will be the Nikon D5, which will be taken over from the Nikon D4S, which took over from the D4, which took over from the D3S, from the 3, and so on and so forth. Some people were hoping for like a D4X, which would follow the D3X, which was a higher megapixel version of the camera. So the people were thinking that a D4X would be the 36 megapixel kind of sensor going on in there. The new D5, the rumours, which are pretty much just tiny little rumours at the moment, are saying it's going to be a 20 megapixel camera. And there's a lot of things. Oh, it's a 25% upgrade in image size, going from a 16, which is what you get with the Nikon D4S, to 20 megapixels. You're like, oh, that's 4 megapixels, which 4 out of 16, that's 25%. Oh, that's loads, 25% bigger. First of all, I don't think anybody's really going to be going, oh, I need 20 because 16 is enough. I've done a quick picture here. So what I've got here is a picture which I've scaled to 16 megapixels. I think the actual Nikon D4S is 16.3 megapixels, so maybe a fraction larger than that. Going up to 20 megapixels is only this amount of red. So it's the same size and shape and all that stuff, just a different resolution. That's set at 20 megapixels. So I really don't think anybody will be going, oh man, that extra 4 megapixels made such a difference. As you can see, it is just such a minor little thing that's added to the image. If we just look at the two of them kind of placed on top of each other, the darkened out area is the 16, the larger bit is the 20. So I don't think that's going to be a big motivator. And there's almost no other bits of information that have come out, apart from saying that it might have 172? No, 173 autofocus points, which I don't quite... That's going to be difficult to see through the eyepiece to actually... There's going to be so many dots all over your actual... your focusing area. So that's too many. I'm thinking that must be a typo and they've accidentally put a 1 before that. I'm not too sure. Or it's going to be a different type of autofocus system where it can focus pretty much anywhere. Although these seems to be the only rumours that there are, it's going to be 173 autofocus points and look the same as that one. But the thing is, a 20 megapixel full frame sensor. I wonder if there may be something different to this. Would Nikon ever go and not have an optical viewfinder? For example, I've been this one, my Panasonic GH4. I've found that the electronic viewfinder, which you have in here because you have no mirror box and all that kind of stuff, has been fantastic. You're looking through the eyepiece and you see the images that you're going to capture instead of kind of going, I can see everything, but now if I take a photo, oh, I need to check what my settings were. You can get all the information on your screen, from your levels to your histograms to everything on there, which you can't get on an optical viewfinder. And again, focus-wise, it's micro four thirds, but it seems to be pretty damn good. I would say previous problems with electronic viewfinders, EVFs, were that they were slow, they were laggy, the focus was crap and all that stuff. So I just wonder, maybe Nikon would go down the optical viewfinder, the electronic viewfinder path, just to really kind of up its game in some sort of way. But I suspect not. But that would be an interesting thing for them to do. But otherwise, the D4, the D3s, D4s, D5s, their price range is all around about the £4,000 kind of region. So this isn't going to be pretty much anyone that's buying it. It'd be like news agencies or heavily invested wedding photographers kind of stuff. What I would say just now at the moment, the camera tech is so badass, so good just now, that it's really difficult to argue for investing £5,000 in a little bit of an upgrade. You really have to have groundbreaking tech just now to really blow away the competitors. Obviously, some people will just do the minor upgrades, so they'll go from the D4 to the D4S to the D5. They'll just sell their previous camera after they've used it for a wee while. So there won't be as huge an investment, but for the kind of the upgrading photographer, the stuff that you get out of the Nikon D800, the D810, the Canon 5D Mark III and all that kind of stuff, it's so good at the moment that for the flagship cameras, they have to absolutely blow the market away with whatever it is that they're able to provide. Okay, so you've got better body. Hopefully this new megapixel sensor will, this is what I'm thinking Nikon will do, is have a megapixel sensor which will blow all the other ones away in terms of hopefully dynamic range, hopefully ISO performance. The 173 autofocus points are just like, I don't understand that. That seems way too many. And one of the previous problems or complaints about Nikon is that the focus points have been too cramped in the center. So if it's 173 focus points now, it's going to be just like a big black blob right in the middle of your image, just like all these little focus points. So I just don't know how that's going to work unless they're going to spread it out. And just a more spread out focus area would be a fantastic thing that a lot of people would like. And then a lot of people complain, oh, I just hope there's not video. Oh, I wish they would spend more time in the photos and not video. Video is one of the things which is really pushing camera sensor tech development beyond anything else. If it wasn't for video, like with photos, it's so easy to add the noise reduction afterwards, or do stuff on a tripod. But with video, you have to, the slowest you can go is a 30th of a second. And a lot of people will need a certain amount of depth of field, so they will have to have it at like a minimum f4 kind of thing. So with video, I think that is what's really pushing sensor technology and processor technology in the camera market just now. So I'm fully in support. Let's get some awesome video coming out of this. But again, it's not really the camera body shape that you would expect for doing a lot of video with. So in terms of what I would be hoping for is a market like blowing the market away in terms of its ISO performance, which already the D4S blows everything away. Blowing the market away with its focus, accuracy and speed. Not necessarily more points, but just if every other camera was then rated against the Nikon D5. That you want it to be the flagship there. Dynamic range, again, Nikon sensors, well, they're not Nikon sensors, they're Sony sensors, but they are very, very good, especially compared to Canon. So that, as long as that stays pretty darn good, that's an awesome thing. Battery life, another one that should be a long-lasting thing, so that they can say, yeah, it does 4,000 photos before you need to recharge. That's fantastic. And also, I would say, yeah, just as long as it's got some awesome video. Let's bring in some 2.7K, 4K video kind of stuff. That may be pushing the processor a bit too much at the moment, but that's what is pushing sensor tech and processor development at the moment. So, at the moment, 173 autofocus points, not that fussed about. 20 megapixels, not that fussed about. It's the stuff that we're going to find out soon about how they're really thinking of making the ISO performance, or the focus accuracy, or the video settings, which I think is going to be what intrigues people the most. But let me know what you think. If any of you are out there, we're already like D4 owners or all that kind of stuff. Is there anything in your D4, your D4S that makes you think, oh damn, if only it did blah 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 blah? I suspect pretty much everyone's going, no, D4 is totally awesome. I'm just going to keep on using it until it breaks, and then buy the latest. But it's going to be a tough one for anyone to justify the price for when currently so much other stuff in the market is so damn good. You've got to be like doing serious numbers of weddings or serious amounts of fashion or something to be able to justify that. Let me know what you think. Cheers. Bye bye.